Hello and welcome back to another knitting podcast. It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry. I have just finished my thesis and had the disputation yesterday, so we're finally free, which means I am going to film videos again. Yeah, as you know, it's been a while, so I thought a knitting podcast would be the perfect video to start and to bring you up to speed with all the things that I did do. I didn't do much, actually, since obviously I was writing my thesis, but I finished some projects that I have casted on before starting my thesis, and I've casted on some new projects, and yeah, I think we're just going to start right away. I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. Some of you might recognize this sweater. Yeah, it's lovely. I am so in love with it. It is the winter pearl sweater. It is a pattern from Drops, and I just love it. It is so beautiful. It took me quite a while to finish, and I'm not quite sure if it's because I was writing my thesis during that time, or if it's like because of the pattern itself. But yes, it was kind of complicated to understand in some parts. That is why I modified some parts. For example, I didn't do the sleeve ribbing the way it was stated in the pattern. I did it a little bit differently, but I think it turned out pretty nice. I will try to insert a video picture of me wearing it here. I mean, you can see me wearing it, but you can't see the whole thing. So yes, I'm very happy with that. I've knitted this one in the suggested yarn combination that was on the Drops website. So I think it was Drops alpaca and Drops kid silk. And I also knitted the suggested color combination because I thought that the sample in the picture looked so pretty. And yes, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Also in the pattern, it suggests that you flip the neckline, kind of like so. But I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of doubled necklines, so I left it like that. I really like this style of sweaters of necklines, so I kept it that way. That is it. Oh my god, this didn't just happen. I just tipped over my plant. I need to clean that up real quick and then I will be right back to you. Okay, I think we're good again. Sorry about that. That never happened before, but I guess that was a sign for me to water the plant, which I just did. Yeah, let's start with my finished objects. I have a few, so I don't know if they were a work in progress in my last video, but I finished my own socks and I love them. They are, really basic, but they feel so nice. I've knitted them in Drops Fable in the natural color, and they feel so nice on my feet. I really need to get more into sock knitting, but I don't know. I'm more of a bigger projects type of knitter, so I need to work on that. But another smaller object that I kind of showed you in my last knitting podcast, but I've never showed you the real finished object, is this little beanie. Last time I showed you, it was still on the blocking mats. Yeah, it's finally finished. It's done and it has gotten somewhere. My boyfriend wore it a lot in the winter time. I've knitted this one for him, and I've actually made this one into a pattern. So if you're wondering how it looks on, it's a double folded but triple layered brim, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it sits very relaxed. It still keeps your ears warm because of the triple layered brim. And yes, I just love it. And as I said, I made it into a pattern which is available on Ravelry. I think what makes this hat special is the crown of it. I kind of went for this double cross kind of thing. I mean, it's a big cross where you start the decreases for the top of the hat, and then you have this little cross which sits just at the top of the hat. I really need to knit one for myself. I didn't have the time for that yet, but I really need to. And I really like constructing hats. Yeah, I just love it. And I'm planning on knitting and constructing more hats in the future. If we're staying on the right timeline, then this is my next finished object. This is the beautiful, beautiful December blouse. I will insert a picture of me wearing it here. This is a fitted long sleeve type of shirt or blouse, and this was a test knit for Oonique Studios, and I love this. This was actually my first ever fitted construction where you knit so it fits your own body measurements, if you know what I mean. And it turned out so nicely. The wool or the yarn is a merino and silk blend. I completely forgot the name of the yarn. It is from Lana Grossa. I will just insert the correct name and the colorway somewhere in the screen. I went a little bit out of my comfort zone with this color because, as you might realize, I am a lot of into neutral colors, into greens. So yes, red was a little bit daring for me, but I really enjoyed knitting with it, and I also really enjoy wearing it. This was actually my outfit for New Year's Eve, so the pattern also has the option to knit this one into a dress, which is really nice. This might be a project for me in the future actually, but right now I am really happy with how the blouse turned out. I was honored to given the opportunity to knit a pattern for caidree. I don't know, I'm not sure how to pronounce her, but I will put the name on the screen. I love the designer. She posted that she needed test knitters for this pattern, and I just thought, why not? Applied, and I got in. So that was lovely. This pattern is also it's so cool because it doesn't take up much time. It is a very quick knit, and especially for beginners, it doesn't include too many difficult techniques. So it is really a nice mindless knit in between, and it gives you this really nice, really comfortable sweater. So let me show you. This is the sweater. It's a v-neck construction with a kind of drop shoulder. I've knitted this one in this very nice teddy boucle. Actually, I have a lot of yarn left because I severely miscalculated how much yarn I needed. That's the second point. You actually do not need much yarn for this sweater, which is amazing. So yeah, I have a lot of that left. I paired it with brushed alpaca silk, both from Drops, and it gives you this really fluffy teddy style sweater, which I love. And right now I have to think about what I'm going to make with the leftover yarn, but we'll see about that. In the meantime, I'll be wearing this lovely Twofold sweater, it's called actually. I think that brings me to my last finished object. This was actually my comfort project during the hard months of my thesis, because I always wanted to knit something like this, and I needed a mindless, very simple construction project. And guess what I've made? I made the Sophie hood. Also, this was a very nice project because I finally knitted this yarn up. This is a very nice yarn that I've got gifted by my aunt before, and I just didn't know what to do with it, and I thought that the Sophie hood would be the perfect project for this one because it's simple. You can kind of see the color changes, and yes, actually I was very worried that I would have not enough yarn of this one, because in the pattern it states that for the size that I knitted I would need, I think it was 200 grams of yarn, and this was exactly 200 grams. But I've paired it with a single strand of mohair just to match the swatch, and I'm left with all of that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe actually I'm going to knit myself a second fisherman's hat with this one. Yeah, maybe that could be an idea. But yeah, for the Sophie hood, that was a perfect type of yarn, and I am so in love with this thing. Yeah, I just love to wear it because it is so simple. You can kind of wear it as the hood, but I also love to wear it just as a scarf. And even if you have it down, you still have that kind of little bit of extra protection around the ears. So yeah, I really love it. I know that it is a very simple construction. Yeah, for me it was the perfect project just to, yeah, lay off after a long day of writing on my thesis. So that was perfect. Okay, I think I'm going to show you the last kind of finished object, which is also a work in progress. It is a pair of mittens. So I finished the first one. It isn't blocked yet, but you might recognize the pattern. I've knitted these mittens for my mum for Christmas, and I've knitted them in black and white, and actually I've switched the colors for the green and white one. This is green and white. I don't know if you can see that properly, but yes, I love it. And I kind of really need to finish that one before winter is completely over, because I want to give it a little bit of wear at least. No, but these are beautiful. I love this pattern. It's a very nice beginner friendly color work pattern, and yeah, I added this Latvian braid here just as I did with my mom's mittens. Yeah, I guess this is the perfect project to kind of switch over into the work in progress section, because I can show you the second. Oh no, I've lost some stitches secured. Yeah, this is the second mitten. Well, I would count it as halfway through because I'm halfway through the big pattern. But yes, it is really lovely, and I really should get going on this one, but we will see. I'm actually driving down to Italy next week. Yes, next week, which is very exciting. So I will bring all of my work in progresses and some extra spare yarn. So if I finish them, I can still knit on something else, because I just need some time to lay off after the thesis thing and stuff, and maybe I will finish them down there. These two skeins are the ones that I've knitted this one with, and I still have almost half of it left. So I really think I could get away with just two of the skeins to finish the mitten, which is great. Okay, moving on to another very exciting work in progress. If you follow me on Instagram, which if you do, thank you so much. I post more regularly on Instagram than I do on YouTube, and upload many stories about what I'm doing at the moment. I have posted on there about this project a few times because I really wanted to make myself a nice, oversized, thick sweater. So yes, that was what I was going for. And I've actually finished both of the sleeves right now. You can't really see much, but it's a saddle shoulder construction. It is really nice so far. Both sleeves are done and I just need to finish the body. Also, something that I've realized, I need to see how it turns out when I've knitted a little bit more on the body. But as you can see, I've made some increases here under the arm, and I'm not sure if that was the right decision, because right now I have a lot of fabric underneath my arm, which I don't know, I have it here as well, but this sweater is knitted from lighter yarn, so it isn't too bad. And this one is quite chunky, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it that way if I want to make it a pattern. For me, it's completely fine, and I'm going to leave it that way because there's no way in hell I'm unraveling 2 sleeves and the whole body part until there. So I'm just going to leave it that way. I'm just going to wear it that way, and if I make this a pattern, I am going to knit another version where I get rid of the increases on the body. I am also planning on taking this work in progress with me on vacation because it is just knitting on the body right now, and I have this and 2 more skeins left. It's knitted in drops air. Also, I kind of incorporated German short rows in this fisherman's rib. I don't know if that is a thing that you can do because I've done my research before and I haven't seen anyone doing that before. So I don't know. And it actually went pretty well. So yeah, that is really nice. If that works, I'm definitely going to make an explanation video here. Yeah, I think we're actually down to the last work in progress. And I'm not sure if you can see that much already, because right now it's a lot of loose ends, and I'm already sorry for future me when I need to, weave in all those ends. But anyways, this is another test knit, and it's a test knit for Typical Bliss. I've test knitted for her before. The typical V-neck sweater, the typical cross mock neck sweater. Sorry. I am so excited. As you can see, the color is again a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to be more colorful this year, especially with my knits, because I realized that knitting with colors is so much fun. Yeah, especially this color. I love it. And also see me wearing it actually. So yes, I am currently working the front of this project. It is going to be the London Fog Tee. It's beautiful so far, and I mean, who doesn't need basic tee that you can wear all summer long? I am knitting this in this beautiful copper color, and I think that's actually what it's called. It's either copper or rust, the colorway. And it is the cotton merino yarn from Drops. And I've knitted with this yarn twice or more before, and I love knitting with it. It just does wonders for my tension. I don't know if you can see. Actually, in the camera, you see it more than you do in real life. This yarn is so nice to knit up. If you're considering to knit something for spring or for autumn, or just something that is not 100% yarn and also not 100% cotton, because I know how knitting with cotton is, and it is not too much fun, I can tell you that. Use this yarn, it is lovely. I am so excited when this one is going to be finished. I really need to get going on this one. Oh, and also, this is a project that I'm trying to only knit with my Lykke needles. Here they are, and they're the short ones. So, because I wanted to try and only bring this needle set with me on vacation, I'm trying to knit this t-shirt only with this set. We will see how that works. Actually, I think that is it for today's knitting podcast, because I don't really have any new yarn acquisitions. Actually, the only real yarn acquisition that I've made since the last knitting podcast is the cotton merino, which I'm knitting the London fog tee with, and of course the yarn that I've knitted this sweater with. But I've shown you these before, so yeah, I think that is it. I hope you had a great time watching this. If you were knitting something, let me know what. I'm always on the hunt for some new inspiration. Also, let me know if you'd want to see more patterns from me in the future. As you know, this one is already on Ravelry, so if you like this pattern and if you want to recreate it, go on Ravelry. I will insert a link in the video description below. I'm also planning on making this one into a pattern, but it is going to take some time. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like to kind of follow me more in real time, see what I'm doing at the moment, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I think that is it for today. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you would like to see more. Until then, happy knitting and goodbye.